Hello again. Not going to be my longest walk distance-wise today, but it should be a reasonably lengthy video. So got lots of stuff I'm going to add in. Lots of pre-prepared stuff. There we are, that's where the toilets are going to be. Keep working on them, doing a good job. Excellent. Yes. I've got a dentist appointment this afternoon, so I can't be out for very long. I will be filming, but I want to keep that footage back. The reason being is at some point before Christmas, I'll be going off and shooting my Christmas Eve special. And on that day, I won't be able to have time to do anything else, so I'll be able to use that footage from this afternoon to show you on that day. Anyway, that's my plans. So as of this morning, just heading down feed Rufus, but lots of bits and pieces along the way, including what Andy shot and edited himself of the Christmas lights switch on in Dawlish. Lovely. Let's kick things off with a nice contribution from Darren. Hello mate. He was down in Plymouth the other day and he said, look at the juxtaposition. There we are, there's a photo. That's a 125 that's going out of service, along with its replacement. What they're putting in its place on the other side of the tracks, both posing together for him down in Plymouth at the station. Smashing. Cheers for that mate. Mutual appreciationos. Lovely. And I am out a little bit earlier this morning, but that's okay, all good. And there we go, a train disappearing around the corner, off towards Rufus Land. And of course that's an iconic little bit of Seawall there, isn't it? Here's something from, I think it's 2014, I'll put the date on the picture, taken from up here I think, of the waves hitting that bit of wall. Crazy. Hopefully you can read that if you want to as well. And I heard him be a happy train at Spray Point. So it was a bonus toot. Lovely. Just have a little look at the other direction before we call it a day. Have our 5x zoom pan around. Plenty of beach today, tide's fairly well out. Lots of doggos down on the beach and making a noise now. Quieter been. That's okay though. At least it's not down to the bad weather. Alright, let's go and see Rufus. Not sure of any train times at the moment. I'll say I'm out about an hour or so earlier than I normally am. So I don't know what to expect, other than the perpetual puddle, which is always there. But there's no surprise, eh? No surprise. Have the hottest summer on record, there's still gonna be a puddle there. Lovely. Now, these gates and railings were put in about 2015, but just before they were, Andy was down here on the wall, and he filmed this Sea King helicopter flying the wall with radar, he says. Here we go. Cheers for that, Andy. Lovely to see the helicopter. Well, pleased to state that despite the time change, we have seen at least a couple of trains. Would you like to see another? Of course you would. Right, remember the other day I was down at the station and it was raining, and I showed you some pictures from Steve from Boring Smoke, and it was the Christmas train of lights at Paynton. Well, John and Julia were watching it go past in full effect. Here we go. So many thanks for that, both of you. Must have been lovely to see that going by. Of course, I never really get outside at night myself when it's dark, so it's extra nice for me to see that. Lovely. And also when it comes to nighttime video and nighttime shooting, we've got Andy's clip in a minute, but we'll go and feed Rufus first. Hello, special guest. Hopefully I'll be catching one of those when I go to Newton Abbot later. It's an extra treat, isn't it? Certainly got the dew on the grass. There's someone there. It's not Rufus, is it? I can't tell at the moment. Are you Rufus? We'll have to look. The tent has been moved and squashed, so there's no one in there. But there we go, I filled up the feeders. That one there that was filled by John and Julia. That one there with plenty of mealworms. And of course that one. And there are birds flitting around. Not sure if any of them are Rufus though. There's one over there, that big fat one I saw earlier on. Definitely not Rufus. Managed to get a better look earlier on. No, I've stood down here for a while, tried to get shots. Every time I seem to find a bird, it disappears. Never mind, let's crack on. So without further ado, as I've promised you, Andy's light switch on. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the 4K version of this file correctly to us, so it's a slightly lower resolution than I might have liked, and Andy might have liked, but needs must. And there we go, all good. Here we are, the Dawlish Christmas light switch on by Andy.
Show me how you promised me you'd be around.
And the weather outside is fine.
Cheers for that, mate. Would have loved to have been there myself, but as we know, I don't get out in the evenings, let alone out as far as Dawlish. But a good thing you were there to film that, put it together. Genuinely appreciated, and I'm sure all the other subscribers love it too. Cheers. Well, too many people on the wall there for me to get a clear shot of that, but he does a happy train, he did toot. There we are, that was the Seawall. Now we're going to have a mystery pick. What a mystery pick. Trev sent this in. She said he could tell where it was, and I agreed straight away, even though it's just a tiny little portion of a picture. Someone was stood up there, up on the bank, above the pillbox, looking back down in this direction, showing that corner of the wall there, etc. Oh, train. Lovely, hello. And anyway, here's the picture. And this is what we know about it. It's actually difficult to identify due to the poor picture quality, but quite possibly a king class. So if that's incorrect, let us know in the comments, or if you know better, let us correct me. Cheers. Alright, I did say it's going to be short and sweet, walk-wise anyway. Maybe not in video runtime, I don't know. But just going to head off to get Mum and her. I was going to say, get her a pizza, get her a pasty. That begins with P as well, doesn't it? Yes, pizza, pasty, same thing, isn't it? Unless you order one. Yeah, it looks lovely that, doesn't it? After its coat of paint in the morning sunshine. Lovely. Dicey's. Was the Dawlish Inn once. Nice wreath for Christmas at the King's Arms. Regency tea room, heaving, packed to the seams, all misted up. Lovely. That's good. Those little toys there, they seem to be left out all the time. I thought they were just put there for a photo the other day. Amazing they'd last, unless they're put out in the morning by one of the shops maybe. Here we go, we shop. They've got a little Christmas tree as well. There used to be those all over town, but they don't do them like they used to. Lovely.
You'll be lucky. It'll be your lucky December.
There we go, making fairly good time. Gonna head up home now, get ready for my next adventure. Back of Wetherspoons for Barry. Does look nice, especially in the sunlight. There we go. Somewhat slightly different video comes to an end, but all good fun. By the time I arrive home, it'll be around about the sort of time that I normally am just setting out. But I get myself ready and I should get a good time to get over to Newton for my dentist. And you'll see that at a later date. Take care, thanks for watching. Bye.